Okay, I don't actually know what I'm doing with these things, but here we are. What's up, guys? Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. Today we are going to be talking about the Bala Bangles. You know, I'm sure you've seen them on Shark Tank. They are silicone covered weights. They have a Velcro. You can attach them to your wrists or your ankles. I will be comparing the, I guess it's not really a national brand, but the brand, to these Amazon ones that I got that were not quite half, but they were significantly less than these. Let's get into it. I'm gonna be doing a comparison between these two. They do look different because the Amazon ones, these are 1 pound weights, and the Bala Bangles are 2 pounds. So you can find the 1 pound weights pretty easily on Amazon or any other retailer, but the 2 pound ones are a little bit harder to find. So I ordered directly from Bala, and I wanted to compare them anyway because I go to PT, they give me stretches to do, and sometimes I like to make them a little bit more intense with weights. Currently, I have like these giant sand-filled ankle weights. So I kind of wanted to up my game, so to speak. I am going to be doing a comparison video between the Bala Bangles as well as these old school weights. If you're interested, keep watching. I'll link it around here too. So let's go ahead and get started with the comparison between these two guys. I did order these off of Amazon. I'm a Prime member. They came within a day or two, which was fantastic. Bala Bangles, they do not really offer Prime. I think you can buy 1 pound weights on Amazon. I've seen them, but not the 2 pound ones. And they do ship from California, and they also ship FedEx. You can just kind of calculate like how far away you are from California for the shipping time. So if you live in Maine, it's probably gonna take a little bit longer to get to you. I live in Washington. These got to me within just a couple of days, and they got the order out really quickly. Moving on, both of these items, oops, they're kind of heavy. I want to give you guys a closer view of these two items. So let's go ahead and move to the floor and we'll come back. Welcome to my floor. Here are the two sets of bangles side by side. We have the Amazon knockoffs on the left, as well as the Bala Bangles on the right. Let's pick up the Bala Bangles. So here is the packaging it comes in. It comes in a mesh bag. It feels very premium. It moves with the weights. The zipper is a really smooth pull, and then you can pull out the bangles. Here they are side by side, and then you can see how thick they are for the 2 pound weights, and they have a really nice smooth feel to them. So we'll set them down. And then on the left hand side, here are the Amazon ones. The pouch is a little bit more cheap feeling, just plastic, but the weights fit in there really well. And we'll pull them out, and these are the 1 pound weights. They look really similar to the 2 pound ones, just a little bit smaller. Silicone just attracts lint, so I'm just picking off pieces of lint and hair. It's really fun. Let's go ahead and compare or look at them side by side. So if we look at the build of this, there is that shiny Velcro here, and it is sewn together with 2 weights, so you can't pull them apart kind of like the other ones. So you can't really adjust those. They're just kind of static there. Then you fold the Velcro over, and then it attaches like that. So that is kind of the basic construction of the Bala Bangles. I'm just going to pull the weights down and set this aside and then show you the Amazon one. So this is pretty much the exact same construction, same type of gripping Velcro here, and then this one doesn't have the seam sewn in, so I actually tried to put my hand through, and it was really cute the first time. Don't be like me and think this is how you're supposed to wear them, because it's not. So let's go ahead and look at this again. We can pull the weights down very similar to the other ones, and then this is how you attach it to your wrist. So it does take a little bit of an adjustment. You put the fuzzy side down, and then you roll the bangles on top, and as you can see, I am having trouble because I'm a klutz. I just kind of put it down and then slapped the weights on over, which totally worked. Not. But this is what we're going to go with. So let's try the 2 pound weights. So we're just going to put it around the wrist. I'm going to try and hold it with my hand and then attach the bangles. See, that looks a little bit better. Here are my Two very glamorous bangled wrists. Here they are. Looks a little bit better this time around. So let's go ahead and take these off and look at the construction a little bit more closely. We're going to look at the Velcro, and here is the loop side. And as you can see, I've only used these for a couple of days, maybe a week or so, and the fuzz is already showing. So I don't really know how long it's going to last. And then let's compare it to the Bala Bangles, see if that loop on the Velcro side looks any better. And as you can see, there are definitely some loops coming up. And in terms of the construction hook side, aka the grabby side of the two of them, you can see the construction on the Amazon pair. It looks a little bit straighter than the one on the Bala Bangles. It's like not a straight line. I would expect perfectly straight lines from Bala. And then let's look at the other one. So on the left hand side, that's the Amazon one, and on the right hand side, it's straighter, but I still think the Amazon knockoff has better stitching, it's straighter. Both of these definitely look like they come from the same supplier. If we compare the pair together, you can see that the stitching isn't totally in line and straight with the Velcro on the hook side. It looks pretty straight on that one. Now I'm going to put the Bala Bangle around my ankle. You pull the loop part of the Velcro around your ankle, and then you pull the weighted side over, and this is where you can arrange those weights around the band where the loop side is on the Velcro. So this is what it looks like, and it does move around a little bit if you tie it too high up. I've noticed that when I start walking, sometimes it'll hit my ankle bone. If that happens, then reattach the Bala Bangles while you're standing up so you can get as snug of a fit so it's not bumping up against that ankle bone. Let's go ahead and put on the Amazon knockoff. Those went on very similarly to the Bala Bangles. As you can see, I'm not very talented at this. It looks kind of ugly when I do it, so it might take a couple of tries. There is a bit of a learning curve, but this is what it looks like with both sets on your ankles. So they do look a bit more attractive than having those traditional ankle weights on your ankles, and the 2-pound ones do stick out a bit more because they are double the weight. Something that I have noticed about these is that they seem to attract a lot of lint and hair. So I don't know if you guys can see, but there's a bunch of like lint on my Bala Bangles. There's even a hair. I don't even know where these things came from. And then if I inspect the Amazon ones, they also have a bit of hair on them, lint, all the fun things there. So something to keep in mind. Now that you guys have seen two products side by side, the packaging as well as how to attach them to your wrists and ankles, those are the two places I would recommend using these. Let's talk a little bit more about the build on these two guys as well as my experience with them so far. So I've had both of these for a couple of weeks. I have PT exercises that I run through every single day, and I also go walking, or at least I try to walk every single day. So I have walked with both the 1-pound weight and the 2-pound weights on my ankles. I've used both of these now for about a week or two, and something that I've noticed is that if you put it on your ankles, you can actually get a really tight fit that is too tight. What I mean by that is that it starts to hurt. I do recommend having a layer of fabric between your skin and this, because when you have this up against your skin, you know, ideally it's like this, and then you wrap this over it. And so theoretically, this rough part of the Velcro where it grabs onto fabric should be hidden or covered by the other part of the strap. However, that's not guaranteed because your ankles are wider than your wrists. At least I hope they are. On most people they are. And this is kind of rough here if I'm just running my finger along it. So that can cause some problems for skin irritation, as well as if you don't have that piece of fabric, like if you aren't wearing leggings, if you're just wearing shorts or a skirt and working out, I have a feeling this is gonna leave a mark on your ankles. And depending on what you're doing after you work out, that may or may not be fine. Like if you're going on a date afterward, especially a first date, you probably don't wanna have Velcro marks on your ankles because that could be kind of weird, but it's also a conversation starter. So maybe it's fine. I'm not really sure. The other thing is, even if you tie it really really tightly on your ankle. I've noticed that when I stand up and actually start walking outside, the weights will fall. They will like hit up against the ankle bone. So that's really kind of painful. And if you don't have, fabric there, whether it's a sock or a pant leg, it can be really uncomfortable. So just something to keep in mind. I think if you didn't have fabric between your skin and this, it would definitely irritate your skin. And if you have sensitive skin, eczema included, it will definitely cause a flare up. It might even cause like a break in the skin depending on how thin your skin is at the time. That's definitely something to keep in mind. For your wrists, I'd say it's less of a worry just because your wrists are smaller. This side is fuzzy on the Velcro and this side is not really fuzzy, but it's also not like the part that catches the fabric. So when you put it on, it goes like this, and you can see that it's folded well before it gets to the part that grips the fabric. So I can just fold it over. This isn't the most comfortable. It's actually kind of tight, but you don't have to worry about gripping part of the Velcro touching your skin and irritating it as much. But they do kind of move around. You kind of have to sacrifice like tightness for movement. So if it's too tight, it's going to be really constricting. And then if it's not tight enough, it's going to kind of move around like this. But it's manageable. It's not like, it's just like this thing that's flopping around and going to whack you in your face. I feel like the silicone attracts so much dust and dirt. I came back from a walk outside and I had all these random like brown marks on my weights and I was like, oh, that was kind of weird. That's just something to keep in mind. The Bala Bangles do sell like a cleaner. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm sure it works great, and I might consider buying it if I get the ring because that looks like a really cool product. I hope this was a helpful comparison between the Bala Bangles with the non-branded or unbranded Amazon ones. Let me know if you guys have tried the Amazon version of the Bala Bangles or if you are team Bala Bangles for life. Go ahead and let me know that in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.